Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this December 2nd. Cloudy skies, a little bit of patchy drizzle, some light rain at times to the north of us along the Ohio River. Last night, early this morning, there have been a couple of places that saw a little bit of mixed precipitation in there, but not a big deal. We're not hearing of any travel issues, so don't worry about that. Temperatures have stayed enough above freezing that that's not going to be an issue this morning or an impact. And you may hear us using that word a lot, impact, and it's on purpose. As, it's you go through your day and you try to figure out what you're going to do, what you're going to wear, in some cases where you're going to go, and then maybe how you're going to get there, whether it be by automobile or bus or train or flight or whatever. So we're going to focus more on impacts, and this is the time of the year when impact can have a great effect on how it affects you, because the weather, we can talk about the weather all day, but is anybody talking about the societal impacts? And I know that word's kind of thrown around a lot, like society and social media and social justice and blah, 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 blah. It can get all really muddied, but really, it's intentional. We're focusing more on the potential impacts that you need to be aware of when it comes to weather and you and your family. And so when you hear us using the word impact, we're trying to get you to pay attention that, hey, you need to, be mindful of this and kind of watch out for things that are happening. But fairly low impactful day here in southern Kentucky. The only real impact that you'll find today would be maybe wet roadways and just some wet streets, just like you did yesterday when the rain came through the area. Not so much of a rain event today, even though we're still looking at some showers on Doppler Max HD. They're mostly light. Most of it's drizzle, and it's mainly along and east of I-65, and that will be the focus today for any lingering shower activity. Now, we made it all the way to 62 degrees yesterday morning very early, like 1:30 in the morning, according to the Bowling Green Airport. And then that cold front came through, as you know, and the temperatures began to fall pretty rapidly through the morning. So 62, though, will count as our maximum high temperature for the day yesterday. 53 is the average high temperature. That's a 9-degree difference. We had a low of 38. 33 is the average low. That's a 5-degree difference. And a year ago, we had a high of 51 and a low of 40 back in 2013. At the Bowling Green Airport, we did pick up 0.07 of an inch of rain yesterday for the 24-hour period ending at midnight. As we look at things this morning, we've got that system, the cold front, hanging up now over about Chattanooga, Tennessee. And it's just sitting there, an area of low pressure and the associated front, kind of what we call an inverted trough, and that's just an extension of that low pressure. It's kind of almost like taking a rubber band and stretching it out. It's taking that normally circulated area of low pressure and kind of stretching it out into a line. It's a disturbance. It's a trough. And that little disturbance, that little wave in the atmosphere, is going to keep low clouds and pretty much persistent drizzle in our forecast for today. So we'll say cloudy, cool, patchy drizzle, at times a little bit of light rain, especially east of I-65. 48 will be the high temperature today with a light southwest wind. For tonight, we're going to keep that patchy drizzle in the forecast. But as that little trough moves away, we get a little bend in the front, and it almost becomes like a mini warm front. It actually draws in some of the warmer air on the east side of it. And That's actually going to cause our temperatures to rise during the overnight hours tonight. So we'll go from 48 today to 45 for a low tonight, but then temperatures will begin to rise as we get into early Wednesday morning. Now, Wednesday, we're going to get a break from any real shower activity. We've taken out any mention of showers, but it will be a mostly cloudy day. There could be a few times when the sun breaks through. We'll see a warmer high of 55 degrees. But then we get back on the other side of that area of low pressure in the trough. As the next system approaches, it's going to force that little system back down to about Atlanta, Georgia, and it's going to park there. And on Thursday, we're going to see a mix of sun and clouds, a high about 50, but here comes the next chance of rain at 30% for, say, Thursday evening. Friday, though, still looks to be the big day for rain. The latest quantitative precipitation forecast models or guidance, we call it the QPF, is indicating that we could see anywhere from a half inch to up to an inch of rain out of this. And some of the rainfall could be quite moderate, maybe even heavy at times on Friday. Not predicting any severe weather. It's just going to be a drenching day on Friday, a high of 58. At least it'll be warm. As we get into Saturday, now the models start to diverge a little bit. The models are trying to say much of Saturday could be rainy, but then we look at some of the other models and they're trending, well, some of the rain could be done by Saturday morning. We hope so, because Saturday's a busy day. It's a day full of Christmas parades around southern Kentucky. You've got the Bowling Green Parade at 9:30 on Saturday morning. Now, these parades will go on as scheduled despite any kind of rain. It would really have to be bad before they would cancel or reschedule. And then you've got a few parades at 10 a.m. You've got Litchfield is at 10 a.m. You've got, we're going to be in Munfordville at 1 o'clock. You've got the big Glasgow parade at 6. Columbia's in there at 6 as well. Scottsville at 4:30. Greenville at 5. You got a bunch of parades going on Saturday, and a bunch of those we're going to be a part of. So we're hoping the rain is going to be gone early Saturday morning, but it is possible it could stick around a little bit longer. Just factor that into your plans. At least it will be warm, a high of 56, or mild in this case. 55 on Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds. Monday, partly sunny with a slight chance of a shower, 54. Temperatures at least are going to hold mild and around the average of 53 degrees for this time of the year. So we don't see any big shots of cold air at least coming anytime soon. And that's good news for especially those of you working on floats. Yeah, getting ready for all the Christmas parades and decorating the courthouse square and all that. And looking at our AAA Systems weather cam, seeing some very nice Christmas decorations around some of the courthouse squares. As a lot of them know, that we've got our cameras pointed there. And it's a pretty picture this time of the year. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless as always, and thank you so much for listening. Know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky and streaming live to the WBKO app and to WBKO.com.